Hello, everybody, and welcome once again, and welcome on a weekly basis to LegalBiz Cafe. I am attorney Shaune Arnold. I am your host. I am also a business consultant and California business attorney. I practice in Los Angeles. So I want to give you the general disclaimer that if we discuss any legal issues on LegalBiz Cafe, I'm giving you my perspective from that of a California attorney. If you're from somewhere else, then you definitely want to run any particular issues past an attorney in your jurisdiction who can tell you whether there's a difference between California law, as I've explained it to you, and the law in your jurisdiction. Okay, we're going to get started facing down fear on LegalBiz Cafe. You know, in the last few weeks, we have discussed manifestation, beginning with a general discussion about neuro-linguistic programming concepts that clarify for us how we process information as humans. All of that is related to what we believe and how we prefer to receive information through our five senses and through the various meta programs and other filters that cause us to delete, distort, and generalize the information that is coming in. We filter that information into what we perceive reality to be. We have also recently talked about manifesting. We looked at the book Manifesting for Non-Gurus by Robert McAfee. This is a really interesting work because he helps us look at manifesting as a self-fulfilling prophecy when we align our thoughts and our beliefs. That alignment creates or inspires action on our part that then delivers the results that we want. So it becomes really circular, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in that respect. And so where do we go from there? Many of us believe that outside circumstances have a huge impact on whether or not we can get our dreams. This causes some entrepreneurs to fearfully pull 60, 70, or 80 hours a week in their business. They have created a hamster wheel for themselves. It's spinning really fast, and they are afraid to jump off or to do anything else to stop it. If you're in a position where you need to make a change in your business to make it more sustainable, and you're afraid to make that change, let's begin with a mindset change. NLP tells us it's best to put ourselves at cause for absolutely everything that has happened in our life because there was something that we did that has created the space for the situation to occur. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't take this as though I'm blaming the victim for circumstances that appear to have come out of nowhere. What I'm doing is providing an opportunity for you to put yourself at cause for all of the things that happen in your life. By putting yourself at cause for everything, absolutely everything that you attract into your life, you have enormous power. This is not blaming the victim. This is giving you the power to change, to make another decision. This is the ultimate power for you to manifest something very different in your life. You know, the first time I heard, put yourself at cause for absolutely everything, it kind of annoyed me. I mean, it was a very tough pill to swallow. But as I thought about it, I thought, you know, that's absolutely right. I invite you to put yourself at cause for all that you do because it provides to you an enormous amount of power. Now that we're feeling powerful, let's develop some techniques to help us deal with fear. The first thing we need to realize is that fear is just an emotion. As such, it's transitory. It's going to come and it's going to go. When you find yourself held in the grip of fear and there is no physical danger around you, I invite you to allow the fear in because you can't fight it and stop it. Allow it in. Take a deep breath and then blow it right back out again. As you get stronger, You will get to the point where you can stop fear from even coming in because you're gaining power and greater control over your emotions. When you gain this power and you gain resolution, you also gain a positive mindset. You gain an unbeatable skill set, and you put yourself in a position where nothing can stop you. I'm reminded of a story of a man who used to constantly run from a dog while he traveled on his way home from work. He was chased by that dog every single day. The dog pursued him ferociously, snapping and snarling. Eventually, the man decided that he no longer wanted to live in fear of this dog. He decided he was going to take that dog on the very next time he saw it. Well, the next day, he was walking home from work, and that dog engaged him again. The gentleman turned and he ran in fear, and after a few steps, he realized what he had done and his promise to himself to be strong in the face of fear, and he stopped. He picked up a brick and he turned around ready to bust that dog in the head. And as that dog actually got closer, snapping and snarling, the man crouched down in defensive posture, and looking closer, he realized that the dog didn't have any teeth. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. How many of us have been running from things all of our lives that have no teeth to do us any harm? How many of us are living in fear unnecessarily? I'm going to create a little acronym for fear as we close. I think it will help you deal with fear. The F in fear stands for fortify yourself. You want to study. You want to increase your skill set so that when you encounter these fearful circumstances, you feel strong. You feel competent. You will not turn and run in fear. This is why you hear me say to you that it's necessary to maximize your competence to get the confidence you need to succeed. You can fortify yourself further by praying and by meditating to renew your mind. I don't want to pound anybody with my point of view, but if it works, work it, right? The E in fear stands for expect miracles. You are an undeniable miracle. The iris of your eye is more complicated than the grandest computer that has ever been built. Just think about that. Think about what computers have done for mankind, and then think about the iris of your eye, and think about what an unrepeatable, indomitable miracle you are. With that thought, I invite you to move with expectation into the future, and when you do, the fear begins to fall away. The laws of the universe are going to bend to support you. Your unconscious mind will begin to move so that you attain your goals. The A in fear stands for appreciate. You need to appreciate who, what, and where you are in your life and what you have. You see, it's all about perspective. There are people out there that want to be exactly where you are. The R in fear stands for return to source. If you feel fear, then you aren't where your source is. Fear cannot exist in the presence of God. Therefore, when you feel fear, realign yourself with the universe and you will find that things will start to happen on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much, as always, for joining me on LegalBiz Cafe, and I invite you to come again next week to visit with me again on LegalBiz Cafe. I am attorney Shaune B. Arnold. I invite you to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, X. In all of those places, my moniker is Shaune.Arnold. Join me again next week for another installment. In the meantime and in between time, I'm reminding you, as always, to maximize your competence, to get the confidence you need to succeed. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, folks.